welcome to another 14 Words. You there, Fraser?
I am here.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
I am.
See you. Oh, it looks like all the audio's working properly. I've had to rebuild the audio, so I'm sure everyone will tell us if they can hear something. We're live we're live everywhere tonight, as usual. The D Live. I'm just a humble lemon farmer. The D Live.
No.
Dear, I've still got. I think I got 963 lemons.
So what's
Oh
that,
my god! Oh my god! My lemon balance is 0.93. I've been robbed.
Oh. You should have spent them when you had the chance.
Has there been like a massive devaluing in lemon? Has Big Lemon dropped, has it?
Yeah.
Dropped in value. I've got 0.93.
Lemon coin has gone way down. Yeah.
I've got 0.93 of a lemon on D-Live.
It's like Tesco club card points, mate. They run out.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah. Yeah. Got like 2 years to use them.
Oh right, does that prevent inflationary measures then, does it?
Well,
what do you want to start with the lunar pits then, Fraser?
The lunar pit. Go on then. We'll start with the
hold
lunar.
on 1 sec. Just gotta share this out on the Twitter. Do you still call it Twitter or do you call it X?
God.
There you go. It's out on the Twitter. Before that, you had the big news about Darth Plagueis is in thingy now.
In Star Wars. Yeah, he's on the moon as well.
He's on the moon. He's on the moon in the moon pits. The moon.
Pit.
Lunar pits could shelter astronauts. Reveal details of how man in the moon formed. What? The man in the moon? For fuck's sake. While the moon's surface was battered by millions of craters, the Earth wasn't, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It also has over 200 holes, steep-walled pits that in some cases might lead to caves that future astronauts could explore.
We've already got our first might in the article. Might.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if only we'd been to the moon, we'd know, wouldn't we?
I know, right? We'd know, wouldn't we? Yeah, we'd know, wouldn't we? Yeah, we'd drive a moon buggy into a moon pit and find out, right? Or get a drone, you know?
Because if you look at those, they're kind of nondescript. If you were banging around in the old moon buggy, you'd fall down there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd never get out of the moon pit.
So these are according to new observations from NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, LRO spacecraft.
Right.
Hold on 1 sec.
You know, we've got more fucking pictures of the moon surface, supposedly, than the Earth. Just saying. It's Emmett. Where's he gone? He's fucking abandoned. Hi, chat. How's it going?
I'm back. I was just having a conversation.
All right.
My talk internet. I've killed all the internet with my streaming. I've done everything I can to. Well, you know, it is what it is. The pits range in size from about 5 meters across to more than 900 meters in diameter. 3 of them were first identified using images from the Japanese Kaguya spacecraft. I didn't know the Japanese had launched one. I knew the Chinese had. I didn't know I knew the Chinese had done a flyby. I didn't know the Japanese had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hundreds more were found using a new computer algorithm. Oh well, yeah. that automatically scanned thousands of high-resolution images of the lunar surfaces from LRO's narrow-angle camera. What they mean is they used AI, didn't they? AI find space pits. Pits would be useful in a support role for human activity on the lunar surface, said Robert Wagner of Arizona State University in Tempe, Arizona. A habitat placed in a pit, ideally several dozen meters back under a overhang, will provide a very safe location for astronauts. No radiation, no meteorites, possibly very little dust, and no wild day-night temperature swings. Wagner developed the computer. He's got all this knowledge from watching. What's it? Riddick. The Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's.
You just hide under a cave from the sunlight, don't you? Wagner developed.
Just outrun the sun. Just outrun the sun. That's what you got to do. And then just throw a bit of water on yourself when it does catch up to you. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Yeah.
The Chronicles of Riddick is a NASA training video now. Wagner developed the computer algorithm, and he's lead author, not lead author. He's lead author of a paper on this research now available online in the journal Icarus. Do you know what Icarus is?
Yeah, the guy who flew.
No, sorry, no. I mean, do you know what the journal Icarus? Have you ever heard of it?
No, never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Is it NASA then, or something, or NASA adjacent?
Probably.
I can imagine.
Probably.
Most pits were found either in large craters with impact melt ponds, areas of lava that formed from the heat of the impact and later solidified, or in the lunar Maria, dark areas on the moon that are extensive solidified lava flows hundreds of miles across. In ancient times, the Maria were thought to be oceans. Maria is the Latin word for sea. So why were they molten and now they're not?
Well, yeah, exactly.
So basically, you'd have sun, night, and day with that, wouldn't you? Because that'd be giving out light, wouldn't it?
Well, yes. Would, yeah, you'd be, yeah. Well, if it was hot, right? That's the thing. That's what they're implying by lava. It's hot, but there's no atmosphere. So how would you know it's hot? Well, I guess it would be, right?
Did they use diesel and petrol vehicles? Is that why the moon's the way it is now?
Yeah, that's it. Climate change did it.
Yeah, climate change. Yeah. For example, some saw the face of a man, while others saw a rabbit or a boy carrying a bundle of sticks on his back. I've never heard that. I've heard of the man in the moon. I've never heard of the kid with a faggot on his back. That's the olden timey word for a bundle of sticks. Or a rabbit. Have you ever seen a rabbit in the moon?
Nope.
The pits could form when the roof of a void or cave collapses. Well, thanks. So there's sinkholes then, basically.
Yeah.
They're sinkholes that sunk in with very low gravity. What's the moon's gravity? Is it like 1/10 or something, or is it less than that?
Oh, I thought it was 1/6, right? No.
Is it 1/6?
Is that Mars?
1/6 sounds too high. 1/10 sounds too low. Moon's gravity compared to Earth. Oh, it's about 16%. Hold on a minute. The acceleration due to gravity. Yeah. Is that just gravity, is it? Things on the moon will lay only 16%, 1/6. Yeah, you are right. It's 1/6.
Yeah.
So these are collapsing with 1/6. So like literally no gravitational, hardly any gravitational pressure whatsoever. But the pits are falling in.
Very slowly.
So perhaps from the vibrations generated by a nearby meteorite impact. Okay. However, he noted from their appearance in the LRL photos alone, there is little evidence to point to any particular cause. The voids could be created when molten rock flowed under the lunar surface. On Earth, lava tubes form when magma flows beneath a solidified crust and later drains away. The same process could happen on the moon, especially in a large impact crater, the interior of which can take hundreds of thousands of years to cool, according to Wagner. After an impact crater forms, the sides slump under lunar gravity, pushing up the crater's floor and perhaps causing magma to flow under the surface. He's literally just making this shit up.
Yep.
Exploring impact melt pits would pin down the nature of voids in which they form. They're likely
Melt pits.
due to melt flow within the pond from the uplift after the... What is the temperature on the moon? Is that hot or cold?
It's freezing, right? There's no atmosphere, so it's freezing. Like, there's supposedly no, like, seismic activity either, so... I don't know. Like,
I'll just check out NASA's D&D rules on this. Temperature on the moon can vary drastically between lunar nighttime and daytime. So, temperature on the moon can reach 250 Fahrenheit, which is 120 Celsius. So, I'll just do it in Celsius because that's what we understand.
Yeah.
120 Celsius and minus 130 at night.
Right. Okay.
Certain spots near the moon's poles, near the moon's poles, temperatures can drop even further to minus 253 C.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on, how that's
Yeah, but they're doing
the magma's just charging around at minus 250.
Well, supposedly to have like volcanic activity, you'd probably need like a magnetic field, right? But the moon doesn't have one.
Well, you'd
right?
need
That's
more
what we're told about the Earth.
Surely you'd need more gravity than that.
Well, but what I think they're trying to do with this is they're trying to like plant the idea. Oh, the moon had a atmosphere at one point.
Yeah.
Oh look, Oh look, we found some space ruins on the moon.
Exploring the pits could also reveal how oceans of lava formed under the lunar Maria. So they've decided that lava was just charging around all underneath the surface of the moon.
Yep.
So they've found. So it's basically what they've come up with their theory, and this is how they're going to explain it. So to date, the team has found over 200 pits spread across the melt ponds of 29 craters, which are considered geologically young Copernican craters at less than 1 billion years old. 8 pits in the lunar Maria. 8 pits in the lunar Maria, 3 of which were previously known from images of the Japanese Kaguya orbiter, and 2 pits in the highlands terrain. The general age... God, this fucking goes on, doesn't it? The general age sequence matches well with the pit distributions, according to Wagner. Impact melt ponds of Copernican craters are some of the younger terrains on the moon, and while the Maria are much older, around 3 billion years old, they're still younger and less battered than the Highlands. How old's the Earth supposed to be?
Well, 6 billion, isn't it?
Is it?
4 to 6 billion, isn't it? I think so.
Okay. So the moon's a little bit younger than the Earth. Is that what they're saying?
Well, they're supposedly saying this about that.
Yeah.
Because the moon came from the Earth, right? When it got hit by a big body or whatever, split off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're talking about dropping probes into the pits.
Huh. Okay.
That's about it. So they're basically talking about dropping probes in there, see what's going on. To see what's under there.
Why I wanted to look at it was I find it interesting that they're talking about these now and they haven't before. Like, why now? Why are they trying to imply this?
It's like they must have known about these pits for a long time.
Well, yeah, exactly. If real, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
The moon isn't plasma. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like, but how they kind of like mess with the people who believe in the alien shit.
Yeah.
Like aliens on the moon and shit, on the buildings on the moon and shit.
Yeah.
I think they're just doing that here. I think they're trying to the moon had an atmosphere at one point. All this lava and...
Well, that's what they're hinting at, aren't they? If you've got lava and stuff, sure, you needed some sort of atmosphere, didn't you, to keep them?
Yeah.
So Interdimensional says the Earth is 4.5 billion, so they're saying the moon is 3.
No, actually, one of the older features, like.
Oh, the older features. So what are they saying? So what are they saying? Do they say the moon and the Earth are the same age then, or what?
Well, some people have said the moon's slightly older, but like, yeah, basically it would have to be around similar age, like when the Earth was still like cooling from the, you know, the sun exploding and like all the dust, dust got sent out and coagulated into
So they're
spinning
saying
balls, right?
So the BBC say the moon is 40 million 40 million years older than scientists previously thought.
Yeah. Wow.
So they're saying 4.46 billion.
All right. And yet the fucking Earth is what, 4.5? So it's older.
Yeah, I thought you said 4. Yeah, 4.5. No, so it's younger, 4.46. So it's 0.4 of a billion younger than the Earth.
Yeah. Okay.
And it all depends what it was. I mean, they're trying to say it was a planet, but if it's younger than the Earth, I mean, I'd say that it's a big old bit of space junk.
Well, there's two theories. Well, that's the two theories.
Gravitation, isn't it?
There's different theories, isn't there? There's it came from the Earth because some other extraterrestrial body hit the Earth and it's split off into the moon and the Earth, and recoalesced. And there's also that theory of like, well, the moon's was already made and it just got captured in Earth's gravity. Like the asteroid belt is the remnants of a planet, blah blah blah, right? A failed planet or whatever.
Yeah,
it could have been. And there are like mini planets or something within the asteroid belt, like moon-sized kind of objects, I think.
Yeah.
So it could possibly be that Earth captured
but then
it
that
or whatever.
Wouldn't make that means then it's an it's like a big asteroid rather than a planet that died, which is kind of what it seems NASA are driving at, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, they're having again. The lava whole thing. Oh, it's lava tube. Yeah. Well, you need a magnetic field really for that kind of stuff. So why are they doing this? Like, why are they saying about this now?
Yeah.
I think this is just the weekly. Oh, let's fuck with the people who believe that aliens are on the kind of thing. I think they do that. Honestly, I really do. I think they just write this shit just to. Oh look, see, we're giving you some kind of credibility, so you can go off and spout your theories and legitimize that the Earth and heliocentrism, right?
Yeah.
Because that's all it's really doing, isn't it? It's legitimizing the heliocentric shit. Well,
it's like
the moon can be a planet.
If Earth spins round and has lava underneath, then obviously the moon does, and then that makes the moon a proper planet or whatever they're after. Apparently, that's a 6-minute read. That one. This thing at the top says 6-minute read.
I know.
Is that 6 minutes for a yank?
6 minutes. Probably. Yeah.
Have you noticed how many bots are saying how great the Acolyte is on Twitter?
No, haven't.
Oh, there's loads of them. They keep saying how great the Acolyte is.
How do you know they're bots? How do you know they're bots?
Because they're saying the Acolyte's good. That's the theory I'm going off, anyway.
NPCs.
What were you saying, Fraser? Sorry.
Oh no, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, I thought that was interesting. The whole moon cave thing, and we're gonna go live in caves on the moon. When we go back there, eventually, soon. If it doesn't keep getting delayed every 5 minutes, Oh, next year we're going. Oh no. Yeah, because supposedly by 2025 we'd have been on the moon again, supposedly. But now they're saying it's been delayed again. Originally they were like,
how come
2025
is that going to be Elon's going? Elon took a probe there recently, didn't he?
No, that was Intuitive Machines, right? That was the other thing, the ones that were partnered with NASA, right?
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. The one that fell on its side and there were, all you saw was the fucking grey.
That one.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the Israeli. I was getting confused with the Israeli mission where they dumped all those tardigrades on the moon.
Tardigrades.
Can anybody see
yeah,
that
the Chinese
crushed? Can anybody see that crushed spaceship and the furrow it left?
No, of course not. It's like why you never see these supposed meteors hitting the moon. Like, in the 200 years of fucking, telescopes, we've never once seen a meteor hit the moon. Like,
yeah.
Why did they all stop all of a sudden? Supposedly there's meteors coming by Earth every. That's another thing, right? The fucking scared doomsday propaganda from the fucking the meteor's going to crash into Earth next year. You see that? It's every year there's this new. Oh, NASA says by 2030 we're going to get hit by El Nino fucking from outer space. Like, it's going to destroy the Earth. So yeah, it's just space is just a scare tactic. Like, it's fucking I don't know. Like, I don't know.
It's a scare story to scare small children.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just fucking constant, like.
Did you want to do the Trump? I wasn't really going to go into it, but like, it's current news.
Yeah.
Should we go for the most bonkers theories? I mean, it's.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, it's just straight up like cock up or conspiracy theory. But like, it's.
There are. Well,
it's either they let it happen. It's either like Melissa McCarthy was fucking hopeless at her job, which is quite possible because she couldn't even put a gun in her holster, or they let it happen. Hold on,
yeah.
I'll put some stuff up because I've got some stuff in the.
Oh, what you mean? The FBI agents who don't have to put a gun in their holster?
Yeah. Melissa, well, she looked like Melissa McCarthy, didn't she? From I think that's what people were calling her, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to show you the bubble, the Pac-Man bubble. Did you see the Pac-Man bubble in the?
Oh yes, program? The convenient Pac-Man area of security that missed out the roof of that building for some reason. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, but if you're going to protect a president or a political figure,
they said it was all right
like
because they'd be able to see on top of there from inside. Because they're actually stationed inside that, weren't they? So where's
supposedly.
I've put the let's just put it up full. So there's the Pac-Man bubble.
Yeah.
There's the bleachers where Trump was. There's convenient Pac-Man mouth. That building there excluded from the beaches.
Yeah, very conveniently. It's like, why don't you just do the circle and have like snipers on that roof as well? Like, it's
where were the only thing they haven't said is where snipers were stationed on this, because there are a lot of rooftops around there, aren't there?
Well, supposedly, the ones behind, obviously, on those buildings behind the stage, right?
Because that's where they shot the guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then supposedly there's like, I don't know, you see down at the bottom right-hand side, there's a water tower somewhere around there. Near that white building at the bottom, in the bottom right.
Is that under the graphic where it says stage where Trump was speaking? It's probably there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like down that way, over there, in the bottom corner there, where the red line's going through that.
I think I can see
right?
that. I think that's to the right of that longer building.
No, I think it's the one. I think it's the one at the bottom there. Yeah, there where your mouse is. Down at the bottom there.
Oh, it's this one at the bottom.
The red lines running to it.
The one that's about 4 o'clock.
No. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Supposedly, that little like thing at by the side of it, to the right of it, is the water tower.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That does look like the water tower. Yeah.
Yeah, and supposedly that had like people on. There's a video.
Hold on a minute.
Supposedly of a shadowy figure.
That's the wounded one. So they've marked the wounded rally attendee, but not the dead one.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Do you know how many people got wounded? Right, from the media thing,
I thought it was 2. I thought it was 2 wounded. So this is another one with the incredible hit rate job, isn't it? Like 3 shots, 3 hits. Was it 2 wounded, 2 wounded, 1 dead?
Yeah. Now here's the thing, though, right? The wounded guys were actually on the right side of the bleachers. You know, it said the thing says bleachers and it's pointing to it.
No, one of them's on the left, so they're this side of Trump.
Well, the video I've seen of the guys that the bullet hitting the railing kind of thing, right, was coming from the left side. The bullet came from the left side.
Yeah.
It hit the railing on its right side, so it's coming from, But that would mean that then it's on the left side of where the stage was.
I don't know. I suppose he could.
Sorry, right side. The right side. Sorry, right.
Because apparently, I mean, have you heard the bio of the guy? Like,
No.
loser weirdo, possibly trans, and then it turns out that like his favourite hobby was hunting, but like he got mercilessly bullied at school because he was like the thing he was known for was being an absolutely dire shot. Like couldn't hit the side of a barn door.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So interesting.
But the conspiracy theories on the other side are just equally as good because it's the bloke deliberately meant to hit Trump in the ear. You heard that one just to make Trump look good?
No, I haven't heard that one. What? Oh, well, it was stage, wasn't it? Yeah.
So what
thing.
so on the Lotus Eaters, they're calling them Blue Anon. You know, the absolute like the QAnon version of like Dems, like absolutely brain dead. So they're saying that like it was a put-up job and the guy meant to hit Trump in the ear. I don't care how good a shot you are, like some guy who's talking and turning his head and looking at stuff and that. You're not gonna be deliberately nicking their ear. I mean, if it's something like that, it's going to be a bulletproof vest, and you hit them square in the chest, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, if you want to hit them in the side like that, that's impossible. Like there's travel time, like
far too,
and the guy moving his head erratically.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like if it's a put-up job, it's going to be like 3 in the chest or something, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
But
then people were like, "Oh well, you see, Trump touched his ear and he didn't have blood on it, like therefore it's staged. He grabbed the blood pack and smeared it on himself."
You seen that bit of footage where it looks like Trump catches the bullet and then puts it on the lectern? Have you seen that one?
No. That would have been hilarious if he caught a bullet.
It literally looks like he caught the bullet and then put it on the lectern before he went on the floor. Have you seen this other guy? I'll put this up. Where they reckon that it's absolutely not who they say it is, the Crooks guy.
Right, okay. It's just the other guy.
That page doesn't exist anymore.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh, I think I'll have to snip this one and put it up as an image.
Yeah.
So I'll have to snip it from our Telegram page. I really should learn to start photoshopping these because you never know when this stuff's going to disappear, do you?
Scuggy says Trump heard the voice of Shinzo Abe. That's what saved him. Rest in peace, Shinzo.
Yeah, there's all these weird things that people are putting out there, aren't they? Right, so I'll put the image up. So this is an image.
You know what is cringe though, right? Have you seen the people at the RNC convention wearing the little like thing on their ear?
Yes,
the white thing.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of funny.
No, it's not. It's cringe as fuck, man.
So this must be.
I'm taking the stance on this one.
So what I've put up now. Did you read this one, Fraser?
That's cool. Like
you can still see it. You can still see it in our Telegram. So what they're saying is, this is Maxwell Yerrick. This is the man who shot Trump and killed an innocent person. He has a record going back to 2016 of assaulting Trump rally supporters and fighting the cops. His common picture left is from his 2016 arrest. Note the ear gauges. So what they're saying is, I can't show you in the detail because the Trump doesn't Trump because the tweet doesn't exist anymore. But that one where you see his head on its side, when you look at his earlobes. You see he's got no earlobes there. That's because his gauges were sewn back up.
Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, you could zoom in on it. Yeah,
well, I think it'll just make it blurry. Okay. So do you see...
Right, he's got...
Yeah, so his earlobes are really, really small. That's because he had ear gauges that were sewn up.
Right, okay.
So that.
I mean, do you think that guy looks like the right guy or the left guy? Because honestly, I think it does look more like the right guy. Brooks.
I don't know. I think the left guy. He hasn't got glasses on either. Obviously, they could have been like blown off and got shot in the face, but.
Yeah.
And then he was in the BlackRock advert, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah, that is that got memory hold like pretty quick as well.
Has that gone already? Is we not going to find that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone.
Black.
Rock. I mean, from BlackRock's like actual thing, I think people have saved it, obviously, but like, yeah, like officially on BlackRock's thing, it's no longer there.
BlackRock has pulled the ad. Let's see if.
Yeah. Now, why would they do that?
I'll see if I can find the ad. No, I'm sure. I'll bet you someone's put it back up on YouTube, haven't they?
Yeah. They probably...
BlackRock removes ad. BlackRock says. I don't know if it's back on. If anybody knows where the video is, can they just send me a link?
I know it was on Twitter. But...
Is it?
I knew it was. Well, it was. I saw it days ago, though.
Is it Matthew Crooks' name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find someone on Twitter that's got the ad. Let's have a look. Oh, there you go.
So, yeah,
found it. Someone on Twitter's got it.
There we go. Yeah.
Right, here we go.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do.
Good old Black.
I hope when I retire someday, they say, you know, that guy made this place a special place to come to school.
Oh, there he is.
Gave
Yeah,
as much
like
as he
very
could
prominent.
to help the community. And gave it to come to school, and gave, you know, that guy made this place a special place to come to
So
school.
there he is.
And
Very,
gave
very
as much as he
prominent
could
in the ad.
to
Good old
help.
There we go.
BlackRock lad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the picture of him in the ad. That guy made this place a special place to come to school. It's fucking weird.
But that's not his school, then, is it? Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, no, I think they're talking about Brian guy. Is his name's Brian guy or something? The one who's there.
Yeah.
And then there's some Chinese stuff. I don't know what the Chinese stuff is.
So do you think that? Why are you thinking this guy's a patsy? Then he's just been taken the.
I don't know. There's a long and storied history of FBI. Hey, do you want to come do terrorism? I'll sort you out, lad. There's quite a long. I mean, it could really just be that, you know, the rhetoric over the past few years as. So Interdimensional Lizard says his posts were very schizo. They didn't make much sense.
Yeah, he's on about the 4chan pictures from the game.
Yeah.
Thomas was alone talking about 13th of July or something.
Spedwest said no Hobbit today. Is he busy eating jam sandwich?
Yeah. Yeah, he's currently trying to sneak back into the UK via migrant dinghy.
He's strapped to the bottom of a lorry at the minute. He'll be back next week. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's equally. I mean, the insane fucking rhetoric that's been going on from the left. You know, Trump's a threat to direct democracy and all this kind of stuff.
It's been gaslighting for years. Right,
yeah, exactly. It's not. I'm not surprised. Like, I think that they've said on a few programs now that like this lad was probably like between 10 to 12 when Trump came to power. And he's been like constantly gaslighted since his childhood about like how evil Trump is. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. How old was he then? 20, right? Oh shit! Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he was like 12 or something when Trump came to power. And he's been gaslit by the media since then. I mean, say he's like a lad that because he's supposed to be. So his mum and dad are supposed to be His mum, one of his parents is Democrat, the other one's registered Libertarian. He's supposed to be Republican,
Yeah.
isn't he? But there's also a thing where Republicans register as Democrats register as Republicans, so they can affect primaries and things. It's entirely, and like if you wanted to fit in,
that's
Republican
not exactly. Well, yeah, that's not exactly like hard. So, I'll just sign up to the Republicans a couple of weeks before, like.
But he might be like a rhino Republican, like a big fan of Mitt Romney or something. huge Mitt Romney fan, like a rhino.
Yes, if the thing about him being transgender is true, then yes, I can really see that being true. I mean,
because like our conservative movements have a really heavy left wing influence, don't they? So it could be just that he comes from the left wing. SJJ went on Brutus's stream again. What a flid!
Desperate. He's desperate.
So it weren't SJJ that shot Trump then?
No. Well, maybe he did. Yeah.
What do you think for the BlackRock ad? I mean, is that the so if you want to go like proper conspiracy theorists, you've got the revelation of the method, haven't you?
Well, the BlackRock egg says to me like he's an actor, right,
yes.
or whatever. Because
or a Manchurian candidate,
well.
or a Manchurian candidate,
yeah, or
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra. Yeah.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, it's one of those, right? Fucking mind control shit, like
Yeah, so you can take your pick. Oh shit, his dad's a therapist, apparently, according to this.
Sure, yeah.
I'm reading some of the schizo posting under that tweet I just showed.
What was it? Also, didn't his like the people at his school like say, oh, like fucking, he got bullied because he had a 10-inch dick or something, like, wasn't that like?
He got bullied because he used to turn up in hunting clothing and he was like the worst shot ever. Like it was like the school joke that he was a fucking terrible. He was a dog shit shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Dear.
I mean, fucking hell. Well, no.
I don't know. This one, I'm inclined to believe is like open and shut. Like the kid was an idiot who's been gaslit.
Yeah, but there is one thing that did point out to like when again it could be when they took the photo of his the corpse or whatever, but blood is really dry on that corpse. Like,
just a bit. I'm not sure what YouTube rules are, so I'm not going to show too much of the corpse. But yeah.
But that I don't know how long blood takes to like dry like that, but after death, but. They took a photo like instantly, kind of thing. It'd still be bleeding out, right?
I'm kind of inclined to believe that it might be the Maxwell Yerrick guy.
Or it could have been, it could have actually been one of the fucking like Secret Service. I mean, this is real.
Because like Adam Lanza's
it could have been an inside job for the Secret Service, right?
Yeah, because Bobby Kennedy.
The
kill shot for Bobby Kennedy came from behind, didn't it? I don't know whether you know much about Bobby Kennedy's shooting, do you, Fraser?
Not really. No, not much. No.
So it's like Sahan had a 8-shot revolver and 13 shots were fired at Bobby Kennedy. It's stuff like that, like the Bobby Kennedy like assassination.
Yeah, let me just like reload Revolver Ocelot style, and
I think Sahan like maybe got a few in, but the actual kill shot came from behind. It was in the ear from behind. I mean, again, it could be cock up, but like, is it or isn't it? You don't know, do you?
Yeah. So here could be the tinfoil hat. Like, it was an inside job from the Secret Service. They botched, obviously, and the guy on the roof is planted there, or it was all just for show, and he's not actually dead.
But if they'd have done it from close range, they'd have killed him, wouldn't they? So it wouldn't have been an attempt, would it?
Yeah, I mean, again, the thing that doesn't make like it seem like it's an inside job or it was like kind of like a stage thing is that the fucking bullet like just missed.
Yeah,
he literally did move at the right moment.
Someone did the trajectory thing on it, didn't they? And if his head was in the previous position, it would have been like a JFK shot.
If he had not if he had not turned at the last second, the back of his head would have gone blown out, right? Kind of. So that saved him. So that to me says, it's not staged. It's not a psyop kind of,
I mean, if you want to be conspiracy theorist, I mean, it could be the Yerrick. It could be the Yerrick guy, and they've just set the other guy up as a patsy. Because the last thing the Dems need is another fucking violent Dem, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because this Maxwell Yerrick guy, he has a long record of like attacking Trump supporters. Like he's literally like it would be the fucking
but here's the thing: the
ever.
media have covered that shit up before, right? How many more
Crooks is great. I mean, if you want to set someone up that's going to cause the least fuss for you, it's going to be Crooks because because he's a registered Dem. He's a registered Dem, and he's wearing the Dem gear, likes his hunting, likes his rifles. He's the perfect guy for it, isn't he?
I mean, it does fit the school shooter MO, right? Loner kid, like
bullied weirdo.
Yeah, bullied. Fucking Parents are kind of estranged or kind of.
You trying to say he's another one doing it for Jodie Foster, is he?
Well, I mean,
you know about the guy about the guy that shot Reagan, don't you? He did it for Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he was doing it for Taylor Swift or something.
Yeah.
Notice me, Taylor.
I'm saying this isn't staged. This isn't a psyop this time. Like,
I don't know. I do kind of like the theory that Yerrick did it and they shot him and they set the Crooks guy up as a patsy to take the fall for it.
Yeah.
Because like this, I mean, could you imagine how it would look to like CNN if it's a fucking Dem that has a record as long as your arm for attacking Trump supporters that gets shot?
Yeah. Yeah, but they've glossed over that shit before, right?
Yeah, but this one would be
the
quite
fucking
different.
Las Vegas shooting and everything else like that, right? That was glossed over.
Southern Durden says, "I just assume everything's fake and gay until proven otherwise." Works out well for the most part.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that's a good thing to have, but. Like to be staged, it has to be perfect. Like
according to Interdimensional, his former middle schoolmates nicknamed him School Shooter.
Oh my god! Wait, that's what I mean. See, he fits the fucking profile, doesn't he? Like fucking school shooter, fucking.
Who said he was transgender? The paranormies, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I've seen the transgender photos of him, so I don't know. I really don't know, because that guy who got shot, the corpse, he's definitely got long hair.
Yeah.
So that's quite.
And what you're saying, then Crooks doesn't.
That's one for the Yearden camp. I mean, all the photos of Durden, he's got short hair, isn't he? Not fucking Durden. Crooks. All the pictures of Crooks, he's got short hair, hasn't he?
Yeah.
If you look at the picture of the, I'll put it up again. Look at the picture of the dead guy. Very, very long. Lots of hair. Lots and lots of hair.
Yeah.
Lots of hair and no glasses. I don't know. I kind of think the Yerrick thing is. It looks really bad. It looks really bad for the Dems, don't it? If it turns out to be this Yearden guy.
He doesn't have. But the thing is, the nose matches Crooks. That's the thing, right?
Let's have a look.
Looking at the ears and the nose, like those are things that are hard to. Unless he had a face job.
Well, they're saying I don't know. There's a bit of stubble there, isn't there? I don't know. What does chat think? Yearden or Crooks? There are some photos of him walking around the building beforehand with long hair and glasses. Yeah, it's kind of It's kind of weird how these shooters, like even the school shooters, the press are very particular to point them out in a certain way. Like Crooks, they make him look like clean cut, nice haircut, like 4 eyes, Dem looking, not Dem, like not Dem, like a Republican looking.
Is that what you think a Republican looks like? Fucking.
Well, nerdy, square as,
Right.
nerdy,
Yeah.
square as fuck. Yeah, well, yeah, that's your typical Repub.
Well, maybe that is the intent there. Yeah, you know, like.
Well, your
school
Republicans,
shooters,
your
nerdy
Republicans
types, right?
are your Tory boys, aren't they? Here you go. Here's another one for you, Fraser. Are you a big fan of the ears? Have you? You've been big fan of the ears?
I am an ear connoisseur of telling.
It's the
if
ears. Do you want to have a look at the ears? Are the ears? Are the ears gonna settle this one for you, Fraser?
That's not the same ear.
This is why they're saying. So you see, I know it's really, really blurry and pixelated, but you see, see like the big line where the earlobe is. What they're saying is that line there is Yearden's ear gauges being sewn up.
Right, put your mouse over it if you can. Like where?
Can you see it? Right, where my mouse is now. So at the bottom of the earlobe. I know it's really, really pixelated, but towards the bottom of the earlobe, do you see that big line there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they're saying that's where. So if I go back to the picture of Yearden.
Yeah.
So if you see Yearden, he's got massive ear gauges in.
Yeah, like the inner ear. The thing that gives the ear away, right? In most of these cases, what we're talking about with the earlobes and that is it's not actually the outside of the ear. The outside of the ear can be like.
I think it's the lobes, isn't it? Because there's the two Joe Bidens,
inner ear
isn't
you should
there?
be looking at, and it's not
so
the same ear,
here's a clearer picture of Yearden where he looks like unwashed. It did Unwashed do it?
Fuck's sake.
Did Unwashed do it?
Where's Unwashed these days?
Has anyone seen Unwashed since the Trump shooting?
Have you put it up? I can't. It's
yeah. So Durden said it again. I want to know why some of the blood is completely dry, while some of it's fresh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The blood on his face, that's really dry.
That is dry as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Fraser.
Yeah.
So that should be. Hold on.
But yeah, like the ear thing is like you're looking at the inner ear for like the markers, right? Because they are very hard to change, right?
Where's the Hold on one sec. Where's that gone? I've lost me fucking things. Hold on. I'll just copy and paste this one. So I'll show you a picture of Yearden, who they're saying is the shooter. So and I can zoom into this one. Where is he? There he is. So there's Unwashed.
Wait for it to load. Well,
so can you see his ear gauges?
Yeah.
So what they're saying is that line underneath, that thick line, is the ear gauge. And also look at his chin, and then look at the chin of the dead body, like very, very, very like the bum fluffy beard.
True. True, but yeah, like the ears are not the same. Those two ears aren't the same. Like.
So go on then, chat. Is it Yearden or Crooks? Yearden says Onka Bonga Majango.
Yearden.
Yearden.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it does look a bit soft.
Yeah. So that's what they're saying. So that's what they're saying.
I mean, the real kind of like, I don't know, like, if Trump really has got a piece of his ear missing, it's going to be pretty obvious, like, in the weeks ahead, right? If he's, if he just comes out and he's got, like, you can't bloody tell.
Yeah.
He's had an injury. It might be a bit more.
Well, I think Trump's definitely been shot.
My name is Thomas.
Yeah.
My name.
Well, who's this guy?
Oh. I don't know. My name's Thomas.
My name's Thomas. So they're saying, I think they're saying this is another potential. Is this the same guy? Is this Thomas Yearden? Right, let's have a look.
My name is Thomas. My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy. My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Oh,
Is that him? That's not him, is it?
don't know. Do you want it one more?
My name is
Yeah.
Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong
That kind of does look like him, right?
You see, this is the thing, isn't it? You've got misinfo, disinfo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you've got all of these people. So you've got
Yeah.
the people that are trying to give you information. You've got the people that are trying to stop you from having information. That's the problem with this week. How do you sort the info from the disinfo
Exactly.
or the misinfo?
Yeah, because I remember that came out like really early on, like quite quickly. Like that video got posted, but they were saying that's not the guy because they were saying it was Yeardon at first, right? And then they went on. The media was like, "No, it's Crooks."
This is
Right.
As Interdimensional Lizard says, only one person can clear this up now. Mariana Spring. Uncle Bonga Majango said, if I look like him, I'd do this to wind people up. And then I'm not reading his follow-up message.
Yeah. So
what do you think? Black Stooge, wrong guy.
I mean,
retard that was a bad shot.
yeah, I mean, I miss the good old days of, what is it, the I County or something, sheriff department, like being all the crisis actors or something. I miss those days.
It was
it's
Broward.
about-
Do you remember
Broward,
Broward
that's
County?
it.
We had all those shooters
Yeah.
in it. It was just fucking
Yeah.
lousy with fucking mass shooters, weren't it?
Yeah, there was a sheriff county or something. I think it was like Io or something.
And
whatever,
and little David Hogg, who had to jump on
it had all
his BMX
yeah.
to get down there, didn't he?
Yeah, it had all the fucking crisis actors. You remember the woman who like went to every single bombing or something, and Sandy Hook and everywhere else. Like she was in there. And that. It was just like, oh, okay.
Fucking hell! Don't mention Sandy Hook. Fuck's sake.
Oh god. Totally real. Real as
Hey, to be fair, if I was that geezer's family, any fucking dem that I find online that says anything to the contrary about this being a pucker shooting, like I would be going for my 1.27. I'd be going for my GDP of the whole of Africa.
Yeah.
Did you know that the first figure they came at Alex Jones with was the same as the whole of the GDP for Africa.
I mean, well, here's the thing, right? InfoWars is still going, isn't it? Have they not shut it down yet? Have they?
Apparently, it's on the verge of it. Basically, what the
yeah, that was like 2 months. It's been 2 months now.
I think the creditors are going to take it. But Alex Jones is like, he can earn money anywhere. Like fucking, it's not like it's not going to stop him, is it?
I mean, he could start again, right? But yeah, it's just maybe does seem a bit sus, Just saying. That's
shit!
For a different. That's for a
in this thread, I've just found out Hawaii fires report. Insurance companies are now telling Maui residents they have zoning infractions and won't be paying out. Just to go back on an old story of ours.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever happened? Yeah, that got memory hold as well, didn't it?
The fucking
Maui
did.
thing. Yeah. I wonder if they
Oprah's
found
nearly
all
brought
those
it all
children
up,
that went
haven't
missing. Yeah, I wonder what happened to those missing children that disappeared.
I'm sure they'll find them.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been trafficked to somewhere or someplace.
Trafficked by nobody to no one, much like Thingy did.
Remember, folks, paint your house blue, paint your roof blue.
Paint your roof blue, you'll be sound. You'll be reet.
Yeah.
You'll be reet, as Phil would say.
Yeah. And you can never get fucking Jewish space lasered.
Jewish space lasers can't cut through blue. They're much like Green Lantern rings and yellow.
Yeah. That's why Israeli's flag is blue. Israel's flag is blue, right? It's impenetrable.
Have you seen the Stormfront? The Stormfront lads have been off, and we all know the religion of Trump shooter, don't we?
Oh shit! Yeah, there was that as well. There's something saying he was of the tribe. Yeah, I did see that. Coincidence? Man, BlackRock of the tribe.
I think we need to really need to talk about this Jewish aggression problem. Because Cruz was Jewish as well, weren't he? Back to
wasn't
shooting.
What? Wasn't Hobb Jewish as well? Wait, weren't they all Jewish? I'm starting to see a pattern here.
I don't want to be that guy, but Jews have a mass shooter problem.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice a pattern. These events. I'm noticing.
Oh dear. I'm not reading out any of.
Next?
I'm not. Southern Durden says oi for hey. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's what needs to be said.
It's just the question needs to ask. This Jewish aggression problem. We really need to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. So what was next on the docket?
Marjorie Taylor Greene describes how right before the shooting she witnessed an angel coming down from heaven that looked like an American flag that saved Donald Trump's life. Does anybody want to hear Mary? I love Mary Taylor Greene. Is a legend.
Seems like God's hand is on his shoulder. Your thoughts?
I believe it. I believe we all witnessed a miracle, literally. From, before it happened, the flag above got blown in the wind and it got tied into literally what looked like an angel. Did you see that video?
I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh, you guys have to find that. It was truly, it was like an angel coming down, and it was the American flag tied. They had to bring it down, and all the people in the stands helped unravel it, and it was literally before he came out on the stage.
Seems like God's hand is on his shoulder.
Durden, you've got to admit that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a national US treasure.
Yeah.
Interdimensional Lizard says, I'm surprised Yuri Geller hasn't weighed in.
Yes.
While we're on political news, have you seen about Just Stop Oil?
Oh yeah, they got arrested.
That was some sentences, weren't they? Fuck me.
I know. I think someone's yeah, so much for Labour's your friend. They Just Stop Oil,
Are you seen they've also sent a boat back as well to France?
Yeah, what? Fuck. What's happening?
We were told it was literally impossible to do that.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, but they sent a boat back with some migrants. How many were on it? Like 5? 6? I don't know. It wasn't packed to the gills, was it? I don't know how many sent back, but it's a start, Now they just need to do that every single day for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Rather than just put the Royal Navy in between Dover and Calais. You're fine,
Right then. So, should we do some content?
Yeah. What? This isn't content?
It's a bit too political for this show. Should we talk about some weird weather first? You ever heard of ice quakes, Fraser?
No. I haven't, Timmy. What is an earthquake?
In January, the area around Chicago experienced widespread frost quakes, something that occurs after sudden freezing of the ground, known as cryoseism. Cryoseism.
Right.
When you're racist against frost. The phenomenon produces small earthquake-like tremors and loud booming and popping sounds. It sort of sounds like somebody's either snapping a very large branch off a tree or maybe popping a very large bubble wrap.
Right.
It's not quite gunfire. It's sort of like that, and it can be very loud.
We are talking about Chicago, right?
Yeah. It's definitely frostquakes. Totally frostquakes.
Yeah, totally cold. Not like a normal Saturday evening, and it's just cold out in
cold.
Chicago.
It's really cold. Yeah.
It's really cold, and it's a normal Saturday evening in Chicago. There, mystery debunked.
It's so cold. The Chicago residents have their hands in their own pockets.
Yeah.
It's not quite gunfire, but it's sort of like that. If you loud, said Illinois state climatologist Trent Ford. The shaking is less common. Those can be like small earthquakes, not nearly to the extent of where pictures fall off the wall. But in the most extreme conditions, frostquakes can damage roads and building foundations. The quakes need a precise set of conditions, usually occurring after a rainy period when there's little snow on the ground, as this creates an insulation layer that slows the freezing. What we need is for the soil to be nearly saturated with water, so there's very little airspace to fill. Then you need a rapid freeze. Normally soil can expand and contract as conditions change. But once it's been frozen like this, it behaves like a solid, so that when water in the soil freezes and expands, the soil will act more like rock, fracturing and forming fissures. This process that makes popping and booming sounds. Researchers have found that quakes are likely to occur when temperatures rapidly drops to more than -20 at a rate of about 1 degree per hour. Andrew Lung of the University of Toronto, Scarborough, who researches cryoseism, says that since temperature typically drops at night, frostquakes are most frequently reported at night or overnight, sometimes being mistaken for a burglar breaking into the house. That's crackers, isn't
it? Well, yeah. I see what they're saying. Like it creates a layer, and it's just like the surface just like cracks.
Yeah. It's just like the
cold. Yeah. But what's making it so fucking cold though? Like, it's middle of bloody summer, right? Chicago.
January. So it was January. So it was middle of winter.
Oh,
anyway.
January was it? Right. Okay. Right. I was about to say. I thought it was recent. Jeez. Okay.
So storms in Kansas, Missouri in early March caused chaos on the roads as part of those states were pelted with what has been described as gorilla hail. 4-inch diameter, 10-centimetre diameter hailstones fell in the town of Wabanunsi. Honestly, that's a real name of a place. And 3-inch, which is 7.6 centimetre hail in Geary County near Junction City and Fort Riley.
A whole 3 inches.
Yeah. With local residents comparing the size of the stones to golf balls.
Ladies, it's a whole 3 inch of hail, you know. Fucking
comparing the stones to golf balls, apples, softballs, and baseballs. Fuck me. You'd shit it, wouldn't you, if you was in the fucking car and they come pelting down on you?
Yeah. Baseballs? Well, is that what we're calling gorilla hail? It's like
they must have been floating around a long time, mustn't they, Fraser?
I know, that's what I mean. They must have bobbed up and down a hell of a lot to get that big.
So traffic on that was the best explanation of anything I've ever heard. That is.
Yeah, I love science. I fucking love science.
Traffic on Interstate 70 was disrupted as massive chunks of hail hammered into cars, denting bodywork and cracking windscreens. When you get up to tennis ball, baseball sized, or God forbid, softball sized, that can do a tremendous amount of damage. And if you get hit on the head, that can be fatal, said Alex Sosnowski, a senior meteorologist at weather forecaster AccuWeather. The weather system responsible also came with the risk of tornadoes. So tornado won't... Can you imagine tornado word? A tornado with golf ball sized bits of fucking ice in it. Fuck me, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Ice tornado.
Yeah.
They just need a giant shark now. Like,
there were no reports of injuries or breaking news. I still haven't watched Sharknado.
I mean, I am not shit.
No.
Either. I'm leaving it for my deathbed. I think I'll leave it.
My missus watches all of those films. She loves them.
Oh, does she? My mum did as well.
How about this one? This sounds a bit weird. It's called this one says.
Why do women like natural disasters with sharks? What's going on here?
She's watched them all, like Sharktopus. I think she's watched Sharktopus and Dino Shark and all this bollocks. There's loads of them. You've not seen them all, Fraser. There's like Dino Shark, Sharktopus, 3-headed shark. Just fucking crazy shit.
It's coming soon to a theatre near you. Gorilla Hail. Yeah, that's not next.
Gorilla Hail Shark.
Gorilla-nado, yeah. Fucking...
Gorilla for 10 to 15 minutes at around 17 on 31st of January, the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia, Canada, was engulfed in a fog that varied in colour from purple to pink before returning to the usual grey. In Kelowna, fucking weird name.
Disco fog.
Local resident Lisa Goyot says, "I thought, okay, what's going on out there? It looks surreal." She described as being immersed in the fog as an entirely different experience. 60 kilometres, 37 miles away, in Penticton, Dana Coates reported the fog as starting out as purple around 7:15 a.m. before changing to pink and later blue before becoming grey. Weather scientist Darius Madavi said pink fog is an incredibly rare phenomenon and is caused by the same effect that makes the sky change colour at sunrise and sunset. When the sunlight has to pass through more layers of atmosphere, or in this case, suspended water droplets that make up the fog of some of the colours, especially the blues, get scattered out, leaving the reds and oranges and pinks to reach your eyes, he explained. But the conditions have to be just right and are near impossible to predict, so it's really a matter of being in the right place at the right time. Would you reckon that one then, Fraser?
Oh. Pink fog. Yay.
Pink fog. Yeah.
Great.
Gotta be good for you. Radar has become an essential tool for tracking weather systems as they change and develop. But on the 20th of January, the National Weather Service radar at Fort Worth, Texas, showed a thinly shaped blob of what appeared to be storm cloud passing over Dallas-Fort Worth. However, outside, the sky was clear and the weather was dry with no sign of any clouds. Having explored various meteorological explanations and discounted them, the NWS said, "Our best guess is chaff. This is a substance used by the military to confuse enemy radar systems.
Oh,
and
shit, yeah.
Yeah, and is made up of aluminium-coated glass fibres, less than a centimetre long." Oh, that sounds really good for you, that does.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And the military will sometimes run exercises where they release chaff and it's completely harmless, explained the NWS. But it definitely shows up on radar as it's quite reflective. The military, however, did not report any local exercises involving chaff, and the NWS claim met with some public scepticism, with social media posters saying, "Yeah, no, there's a ton of chaff. The entire Metroplex will be covered in it. So if you find it, post it." And if weather radar is... people don't believe anything anymore, do they? If weather radar is picking this up, how irresponsible of the military to dump that over two major airports and clutter up their radar scopes with a cloud of primary targets. Chaff is known to cause considerable confusion, though, and it's not just to the enemy. Last summer, Utah scientists issued a warning that a large swarm of grasshoppers was heading towards the northwest of the state, believing they detected them on radar, but later it turned out that this was in fact chaff from a military exercise and withdrew their warning. So there you go. Fucking military again.
They're trying to cover up the the fucking killer grasshoppers from outer space. Was it?
Right. What else have we got here? What was I going to do? No, I don't think I was going to do that, was I? No, there's nothing in there. I don't think I was going to read. Oh, I'll just go for old 14s, lads.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnson, funny animal stories.
Go on.
For the last few months of his life, Ramankar Singh from Amora, Uttar Pradesh. Have you noticed that all these stories seem to come from Uttar Pradesh? India. Regularly fed a local monkey, although it described as a chimp in the newspaper article. It's clear from the photos this was a langur. Chimps aren't native to India and apes, not monkeys. After Singh's passing, the langur repaid his affection by mourning at his funeral, following the body 25 miles to get to it. Photos show the monkey clinging to the yellow sheet covering Singh's body onto the car, carrying it down down the motorway. Once at the funeral, the video shows it sitting next to the corpse alongside family members, apparently weeping along with them. It's reported that the monkey remained with the body all through the rituals and procedures until Singh's corpse was put on the funeral pyre. Shortly before, another monkey had reportedly joined a funeral, this time at Gondia, also in Uttar Pradesh. It had regularly been fed by farmer, fucking hell, Chandalal Verma. Then when he died, the monkey also attended the funeral, sitting with mourners and at one point lifting Verner's shroud and staring into his face. Later, it also put his paw on the knee of one of the female mourners, apparently in sympathy. This behaviour has also been reported from Sri Lanka, where Peter Baram Rajan from Batikaloa was mourned at his funeral by a grey langur that he had fed with fruit and biscuits every day. It too sat with mourners and reportedly became so distraught after looking at Rajan in his coffin that other mourners had to carry it away.
What is it with monkeys and the Indian funeral? Well, not monkeys, but
you feed a monkey once, and it'll have a dinner. Feed it many times, and it will mourn at your funeral.
Oh, damn.
Police in Sterusi, near Bratislava, Slovakia, were unimpressed by the explanation they got when pulled over by a car apparently being driven by a large brown hunting dog. The owner insisted that the animal had suddenly jumped into his lap as he was driving, but CCTV footage showed that no sudden movement had taken place, suggesting the dog had been at the wheel for some time, sitting on the owner's laps. Cops issued a fine to the car's owner, but it's not clear whether this was for speeding or failing to secure an animal in a moving vehicle. Necropsy on a female orca found beached on one of the Commander Islands in the Bering Sea off the Russian Far East found a surprising cause of death. The whale had apparently choked to death while trying to swallow a sea otter whole. Not only was there an entire otter jammed between her oral cavity and esophagus, but there were 7 more intact otters in the animal's stomach. It's very unusual because orcas don't normally eat sea otters, said Olga Filatova, a cetacean researcher at Moscow State University, adding, they normally don't swallow prey whole. They usually tear it apart and eat only the most fatty parts. It would have been quite a challenge for an orca to scoff entire sea otters, as these can reach up to 5 foot long as adults. As long as adults. Researchers
adults can go 5 foot. Fucking hell.
Yeah, 5 foot sea otter. Fucking hell, that's a big one, isn't it?
What the hell? Yeah, that's like a man. Like, holy shit.
That's like one nationalist. As long as researchers hypothesised that the orca might have taken this desperate step because she was starving. Genetic analysis revealed she was a long way from home. Her DNA showed she was part of a population known as big killer whales that normally ranges between the Aleutian Islands off Alaska and the coast of California. Where's Ian when you need him? Alaska. And the coast of California. This is the first time an orca from this population has been found in the Western Pacific. It's funny, they can even tell you where orcas come from. It's strange, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right?
The discovery of the sea otters in the orca's guts could suggest the solution to another mystery, though. In recent years, the sea otter population in the Aleutians and the Gulf of Alaska has been dwindling for no obvious reasons. And although some scientists have suspected orcas were responsible, this is the first direct evidence of an orca from that region eating the sea otters.
Ah.
In South Africa, the new eating habits of 2 local male orcas, known as Port and Starboard, are believed to be the reason that hundreds of great white sharks have vanished from off of the Western Cape. The whales seem to have
hell,
developed
they're just eating everything.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Orcas,
man.
Have you never seen the film Orca the Killer Whale?
No.
Like the start of
I don't think so.
Like the start of that, it shows an orca like destroying a great white.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, Orca. That's not a bad film, Orca the Killer Whale. It's kind of like what's the thing about the big whale?
Free Willy.
No, the old one, the book.
Moby Dick.
Whale. Moby Dick. That's
Moby
it. Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah, it's kind of like Moby Dick, where Richard Harris is chasing this orca that killed his family. Pretty good film. So they're eating great whites off the Western Cape. Yeah, they apparently they like killing great whites. Orcas do. The whales seem to have developed a taste for shark livers and have been targeting great whites, seven-gill and bronze whaler sharks, ripping out their livers and leaving the rest of their bodies to rot. In February, their shark-killing spree is believed to have claimed 19 in a single day, with many mutilated bodies washing up near Pearly Beach, a village located along the southernmost tip of South Africa. As a result, it's believed the white shark population has fled the area en masse, relocating further east in a move that could have serious repercussions for the local ecology and economy, which depends in part on running shark spotting tours for visitors. Meanwhile, the pod of orcas in the Strait of Gibraltar, led by a female known as White Gladys, having gained a reputation for savaging yachts, has claimed another victim. On the 31st of October, they carried out a sustained 45-minute assault on the Grazi Mama, a mid-sized sailing yacht owned by Polish cruise company Morskie Mile, smashing its rudder and hot hole in the hull. Although the Moroccan Navy intervened, rescuing the crew and taking the yacht in tow, the vessel went down as it entered the port of Tangamed in Morocco, making it the fourth sunk by Gladys's pod.
Would they eat human?
I don't know though. For some reason, they deem yachts as a threat. I'd assume.
Huh.
So
well,
that's like
fair with ding.
That's the it's the kill, eat or fuck, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got an idea. I know how to solve the immigration problem.
Yeah, just train orcas.
Here, orcas. Here, orcas. Yeah, exactly.
This is a good one. Retired postman Rodney Holbrook's curiosity was piqued when he repeatedly found that small items he'd left on his shed workbench overnight had been tidied into a box by the next morning. Holbrook, 75, from Bewlith Wells, Powys, is an amateur wildlife photographer. He set up a night vision camera trained on the bench. To his surprise, he filmed a mouse collecting clothes pegs, corks, nuts and bolts and piling them into the box, and found the animal would do it repeatedly every night. 9 times out of 100, the mouse will tidy up throughout the night. It's incredible, really, that they put them all back in the box. I think it's possible they enjoy it. I don't bother to tidy up now. I leave things out of the box and they put it back in its place by morning. I think he would tidy my wife away if I left her in there. Holbrook says. It's been a bit of an experiment, really. I've decided to add different things to the desk to see if they can lift it. The mouse seems to have happy to tidy away almost anything and has been caught stowing cable ties in the box. Holbrook has nicknamed the creature Welsh Tiny Mouse and believes that using the objects it collects to conceal nuts. Oh, he believes it's using the objects it collects to conceal nuts it's put in the box. This is not Holbrook's first encounter with a house-proud rodent. In 2019, he was living in Bristol. He used a similar camera setup to help a friend spot another tidying mouse. That one video went viral and reached people around the world. He said, "So I can't believe here in Bewlith Wells we've had the same thing happen years later." It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Well, there is that. No, well, here's the thing. You've heard of the, what is it? Oh, what's it called again? The thing where, like, there was a study done with some monkeys on an island.
Yeah.
And they learned to use tools or whatever. And then there was a separate island with the same, like, group of monkeys. And, like, researchers found that all of a sudden... That's it, the 100 monkey effect. That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it's called. So, yeah, they found that the monkeys on the second island actually started to use tools without any kind of instruction, like, from the first group.
Yeah.
And that's something they term the 100th monkey effect. There's this kind of, like, belief that if enough of a population do something, it kind of, like, gets written into, like,
the DNA.
Basically. Kind of like the Akashic record kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, like dogs know
so,
to
like,
fetch sticks that you throw and stuff like that. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah, but yeah, without any kind of instruction. So, like,
Mm.
a group of, like, you know, the same. I think it's based on the same, like, obviously species, but we'll suddenly just randomly start doing it without kind of any kind of, like, input or instruction. Like, you know, like, it's not a learned behavior. It's just like an acquired one from somewhere. Yeah.
I wonder if this one
actually.
I wonder if this one will turn out to be shark science, because this is starfish science now, Fraser.
Ooh,
The anatomy of sea.
starfish.
The anatomy of sea stars, often known as starfish. You mean starfish are sometimes known as sea stars. Has long been a puzzle to scientists. As they have
it's like seagulls, often known as skulls, but you know.
Yeah. As they have five-fold symmetry and no obvious head or tail. Did you know any of this? I don't know anything about.
Yeah, the head is the middle, right? The head's the middle, and the limb start. Right?
So they say, well, what they're saying, it's got five-fold symmetry and no obvious head or tail, so it doesn't have a head as we know it. So it said it's never been clear as to exactly which body parts they do have. It's long been suspected they are headless, having lost their heads as they evolved into their current form. However, research at Stanford University has shown they are in fact all head and no body. Scientists looking at the creature's gene signatures during development found that those relating to head development were present and active during their early growth stages, but the ones for torso and tail were almost completely absent. It's as if, they keep saying sea star, but I'm going to say starfish. It's as if the starfish is completely missing a trunk and is best described as just a head crawling along the seafloor. Said study lead Laurent Forbery. It's not all what scientists have assumed about these animals. So there you go.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I always thought the head was the middle part and then they had the limbs, but yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying it's like...
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
So it's just all head, you know?
Do you want to do about Putin's potatoes?
Does he make it into vodka? Is that the moral of the story?
I think that's about all they do, isn't it? Can we turn it into vodka? Yeah. So this is about totality. It does skew a bit left sometimes, the Fortean, so apologies, lads. Science is the most objective of all spheres of human knowledge, isn't it? Not when blinkered dictators like Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin march headlong into the laboratory, it isn't. And then it becomes every bit as governed by lies, prejudice and twisting of facts. 99% of scientists believe in global warming.
Yeah.
As everything else under quasi-religious dictatorial faiths. Like Nazism or communism is. As contemporary science becomes ever more ensnared within it, this is going to be really left-wing. This is going to be lefty-lib.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting the cringe factor already, yeah.
Yeah, within a web of competing political ideologies, maybe we should look to the past for cautionary evidence of where such processes can lead. Should such horrors unfold again today, they already have. Here I explored 3 strange cases of science being abused to suit contrasting extreme... Is he going to talk about global warming?
Is he going to talk about Pol Pot and fucking glasses thing?
He might do. Of science being abused to suit contrasting extremist political ideologies. One each from the Third Reich, the USSR, and the modern Hitler. I've just added that in just because I know that's what he would have wanted. Vladimir Putin's Russia.
So Russia gets two fucking mentions.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, okay.
But you'll have to read my book to find out all about that. So that's SD Tucker.
Fuck's sake. Wait, he's not. That was it. Was that it?
No, that's the opening. That's just the opening.
Oh, okay.
One in Lenin's main leadership rivals among the early Bolshevik elite was the Plymouth. And fucking hell, there's one more. There's more than just Goodyear, Fraser. There's another Plymouth there. Plymouth. Alexander Bogdanov. Did you know he was a Plymouth?
Eric July is a fucking time traveller.
Eric July took his inspiration from Alexander Bogdanov. I wonder if he's any relation to the Bogdanov brothers, them weirdos with the 1873 to 1928. The man who discovered life on Mars, apparently.
Oh, what? Wait, what? What?
Apparently this guy discovered life on Mars.
Oh.
Oh,
it's just like the moon hoax where they said that like there was life on the moon.
Might be. Bogdanov unearthed the amazing fact that in 1905, long before Yuri Gagarin, a pioneering Russian cosmonaut and named Leonid, had been abducted in an atom-powered egg-shaped spacecraft dubbed an Etherian F. and treated to a guided tour of the socialist utopia already long established up there on the appropriately led planet. He's going bonkers already. After admiring Mars's favourite...
Well, now you know why Mars is red, because it's socialist.
Yes, it's communist. After admiring Mars' famous canals, true marvels of state engineering, the awestruck abductee was given a guided tour of ETNHS Hospital by a friendly alien physician, Dr. Nettie.
What? What do they call it? ETHNS? What?
ETNHS. Well, he's obviously he's paraphrasing there, and he's just saying.
Oh, right, okay, all right. The NHS stands for ETs. Right, okay.
So like,
did they have long queues and fucking, you know?
That bloke's putting his flair in there, isn't he? Cause, he doesn't. Dr. Nettie, their comprehensive, free at point of use healthcare system being one of the Marxist Martians' proudest achievements. The healthy lifespans of this superhuman species, Dr. Nettie explained, were much longer than those of their primitive cousins on Earth due to the fact that Martian medicine did not merely treat illness when it arose, it acted preemptively to renew life by the following methods, which were actually very simple once devised. In Dr. N's own words, of course, you are acquainted with blood serum transfusions and the way in which they transmit elements of vitality from one being to another. We can go even further and perform mutual blood transfusions between human beings, i.e. Martians. Such exchange involves merely pumping the blood of one person into another and back again. Go on, the Fraser, what are you going to
say? This sounds like adrenochrome.
He was abducted by Jeffrey Epstein. Merely pumping the blood of one person into another and back again by means of devices which connect their respective circulatory systems. If all precautions are taken, it is a perfectly safe procedure. The blood of one person continues to live in the organism of another, where it mixes with his own blood and thoroughly regenerates all of his tissues.
We know what happens. Then how did they get? And how did AIDS come?
I hear you say that, Fraser. But however, a young person will not age from the blood of an old one. You Earthlings should have discovered this yourselves centuries ago, but did not due to your. This is what this alien said to
a young person will not age from the blood of an old one.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is old people will feel better with young people's blood, but young people won't be affected.
Oh, what does that sound like? What does that sound like?
I think you called it, Fraser.
Yeah, I did.
You Earthlings should have discovered this yourselves centuries ago, but did not, due to your predominantly individualist psychology. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, my God.
Individualist capitalist pigs. Derived from capitalism, which isolates people from one another so completely that the thought of fusing them into one collective
There's just
whole...
no profit in hooking people up to tubes and having their blood transferred between people. There's just no profit.
It's almost incomprehensible to your scientists, your capitalist pig scientists. Regrettably, the above account, whilst framed as the recovered manuscript testimony of the alien abductee in question, actually comes from an early science fiction novel called Red Star, published in 1908 by Comrade Bogdanov. But to Bogdanov, science fiction novels were really just science fact waiting to happen. Alexander was not only one of the founding members of the Bolshevik Party in 1903, but also a writer, philosopher, scientist, and trained physician. As such, Dr. Nettie's description of reciprocal blood transfusions was no idle fantasy. It was something Bogdanov intended to actually enact as soon as he could. When in 1926, with Stalin's support, Bogdanov became director of the new Soviet Institute of Hematology and Blood Transfusion. He quickly tried to create the world's ever form of collectivist blood transfusion. Literal commie blood transfusions.
Collectivist blood transfusion. What the fuck?
A procedure which has been termed an attempt at rendering communism a biological fact. Due to regular blood sharing, Bogdanov's Martians became a new, more highly evolved species, quasi-androgynous, with larger eyes, brains, and skulls, greater resistance to disease, and longer lifespans than normal humans. Might real-life Homo Sovieticus, a genuine concept in the USSR. Oh, fucking hell. We didn't fill in for this one.
Oh, Phil, what have you been holding back from us?
He never told us about Homo Sovieticus, did he?
I don't even know if he knew.
Russians one day to do the same, thanks to Marxist medicine. To Bogdanov, blood was an inherently communist fluid, while each individual organ of the human body existed somewhat separately from one another. As defiant, fleshy embodiments of bourgeois individualism, blood was considered internal organs of bourgeois, Fraser.
Just going to. Everybody shares everybody's blood, and
fucking crazy, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Blood was considered by him a universal tissue connecting all human cells together simultaneously. Blood was the essence of the general human organism, its chemical composition reflecting the overall state of any man's health at any given moment. Analyse it, you may find your patient has a healthy heart but failing kidneys. Analyse a second patient's blood, you might find he has a failing heart but healthy kidneys. So if you pump a certain amount around each patient's serum into their opposite numbers veins, the two bloodstreams should compensate for one another, lending each a healthy heart and kidneys. The blood of booming Marxist youth might well even rejuvenate the bodies of the party's first revolutionaries, making them feel young and alive again. Bogdanov actually tried out this theory with the aged and anemic commissar Leonid Krasin, claiming positive results. Besides their plasma, maybe people could swap their physical skills. Patients could donate
maybe
their
there might be something to this then, you know.
How about this? Patients could donate their excellent their excellent eyesight, stamina, or reaction times to their fellow tube people in a form of instant blood-borne evolution. So basically, it's like the Matrix, where you just download superior sports
Download
skills.
someone else's. Hello, fellow. I just like the way he said "fellow tube people." Hello, fellow tube people.
Even better. Why not tap the blood of committed Marxists and flood the veins of non-believers with it, thus rendering them automatically communist without the need for any tedious and time-consuming re-education sessions. All humanity would become quite literally Bolshevik blood brothers. This was to be the basis of a future psychological collectivism. If you collect many people's veins and let their blood pool into one diverse whole, like millions of tiny rivers flowing into one big lake, would you not create some sort of hyper-healthy, ultra-immune, Homo Sovieticus communist demigod? This guy's off his fucking nut, isn't he? Like those on Bogdanov's Mars. That was the optimistic viewpoint. The pessimistic one implied you might equally sire a race of mega invalids and with their veins tainted by the collective organ failures of their fellow patients. There's only one way to find out, Fraser. Did he actually try this out? There's only one way to find out: human experimentation.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Black vomit sauna. Here we come. Bogdanov opted to research upon himself.
Hold my beer, Black vomit sauna.
Black vomit sauna, hold my beer.
Hold my vodka.
There's a new scientist in town. Bogdanov, is this why his kids ended it weird and fucking? Is this why his kids ended it weird with too much plastic surgery? Bogdanov opted to research upon him. Oh God, he is a black vomit sauna.
He's done it himself.
Opted to research upon himself.
Yeah.
Not upon
He's
some
gonna- he's
handy
gonna
gulag
become
inmates
the Uberman.
participating in 11 blood exchange trials, which he felt improved his eyesight and stopped him going bald. In 1928, he sought to repay his debt to Soviet youth in comradely vital exchange by infusing his own healthy blood into a young student infected with tuberculosis. What the fuck?
Oh, grim.
Oh, a disease to which he wrongly felt immune. The student ultimately recovered, but Bogdanov died 2 weeks later, suffering from acute kidney and liver failure. It's only 54.
Well, it worked then. Obviously, it worked.
Well,
just-
it wasn't a complete success.
No. I mean, you know.
Despite Bogdanov receiving the honour of the official state funeral, his successors at the Institute did not pursue his ideas any further. In 1925, skeptical fabulist Mikhail Bulgakov penned an underground samizdat novella, Heart of a Dog, satirising Bogdanov's activities. Here, Dr. Philip Preobrazhensky, Dr. Transfiguration, injects worn-out party functionaries with refreshing doses of animal sex glands rather than human blood. One day, Preobrazhensky experimentally reverses his procedure, implanting the testicles of a deceased alcoholic into a stray dog. What?
Oh.
Who
what?
mutates into a half-breed dog man? This is his joke. This is this guy's.
Joke. All right.
Yeah,
so he
but-
created a werewolf. Okay.
Sharikov
A
given a
drunken
job
werewolf.
strangling stray cat. Sharikov given a job strangling stray cats. Sharikov's previously animalistic personality is not proved by the infusion of human balls. The dog man inherits all the negative personality traits of the dead donor too. When Sharikov denounces his creator to the secret police, something no non-evolved dog would have been able to do, Dr. Brzezinski castrates Sharikov, returning the humanoid
He's a good comrade.
canine again. When the novella was first legally published in the USSR during Gorbachev's liberalising social reforms in the 1980s, it was read as a satire of the Bogdanov-style dreams of birthing a new Soviet man, as Homo Sovieticus was also sometimes dubbed. If produced by a rotten system, the new man would by definition carry all the flaws of that same system within it, by unavoidable design of its creators, whether they realised it or not, just like the beastly Sharikov. The plan to create new Soviet man could lead only to a race of new Soviet monsters instead.
He was a good comrade, though. He ratted out his creator, so he was a good comrade.
He was a good dog man. He was a good dog man.
Good dog man. Yeah, good dog man.
So here we go. So that's the commie stand. And now it's time. Time for literally Hitler. Although parts Spanish stock rather than full pure-blooded Aryan, Pascual Jordan was one of the Third Reich's leading quantum physicists and committed opponent of the previously prevailing ideal of scientific objectivity. Despite being an anti-Semite, he knew full well several Jewish physicists had made essential contributions to understanding the quantum world. So Jordan actively embraced devils like Einstein, but on peculiar grounds. With their discovery, he had inadvertently revealed the new universe itself was built upon inherently Nazi principles in a truly cosmic irony. From the early 1930s, Jordan had written not half as good. Is it me or the commies more fun than the Nazis?
Yeah, they definitely have a sense of humour.
Yeah. From the early 1930s, Jordan had written.
Not exactly beating that German stereotype, are they?
Yeah, no humour whatsoever. 10 pseudonymous opinion columns in the nationalist journal Deutsches Volkstum, bemoaning Marxism and the amoral secular liberalism of the interwar German Weimar Republic of 1919 to 1993. The best means of 1933, not 1993.
1993.
the best means of national salvation. He told readers.
That's the real conspiracy. Real conspiracy. The Weimar Republic never ended.
Yeah. Seems like it, doesn't it? He told He told readers was to develop new forms of science and technology and to re-enchant the nation, unleashing total civilizational transformation. Brutus has 15 more viewers, lol. Oh, Brutus must be on now with SJJ.
Oh. I know.
Where was I? Jordan officially joined up as a stormtrooper, dropping his pen name. Examine correctly now, he said. Nature itself could be seen as perfectly mirrored in Nazism, and fascism revealed as a natural physical law within the political realm. Hitler's Nazi laws were equally as valid as Newton's gravitational laws. In all places and at all times, Hitler had not invented his program for a government. He had discovered it, like Newton with gravity. Is this why Mark is so wedded to it? For example, every biologist knew that each living cell possessed a nucleus that acted as its metaphorical brain, directing the rest of the cell's activities in the wider body. Yet only a that sounds kind of communistic. Yet only a Nazi would able to interpret this finding correctly as proving such directing nuclei were tiny versions of fascist dictators and endowed with dictatorial authority over their subservient cell components of mitochondria, living embodiment of the Führerprinzip of National Socialism, which allowed the man at the top of the Nazi tree to tell his mitochondrial underlings among the German people to do whatever he told them to do immediately, no questions asked. The human body was thus quite literally made up of an entire battalion of little Hitlers. So your body is literally Hitler, Fraser.
Literally Hitler right now.
Literally Hitler. Likewise, the inevitable orbiting of subatomic particles around their parent nuclei also function to illustrate the natural world's Führerprinzip in action. That the Jewish left-winger Einstein had first formulated the theory of relativity was thus trivial, and as a non-Nazi, he had scant chance of understanding its true nature. But you can't really see little swastikas stamped on scale nuclei or other atoms. So how could Jordan pretend this theory that nature was a Nazi and not like this really ain't a patch on like blood transfusions and dog people having their testicles swapped, is it? Jordan, Nazis are so fucking boring. Emmy has a cold or sniffing glue again. I've been sniffing glue again, Frithwolf. I really need to. I picked the wrong week to give up sniffing glue, to quote Airplane. Where was it? You put me off now, Frith. Stop it. Jordan, what's that? Jordan pretended his theory that nature was a Nazi and not just delusional. Jordan was attracted to holism, the idea that things could only be fully understood as organic wholes rather than in isolation. Unaccompanied, this all sounds rather communist again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A cell nucleus made no sense. Its function could only be understood in relation to the other components of the cell. Just as if you looked at a pendulum alone, you would never guess the function of the complete clock. Quantum giant Niels Bohr was of the opinion that similar relationship existed between human psychology and physiology, that the boundary between matter and psyche was more indefinite than hitherto was suspected. Jordan agreed. He did not known facets of quantum mechanics, like the famously puzzling observer effect, which held the mere fact of a human experimenter observing an experiment influenced its outcome, imply that mind can influence matter. Intermediate states between subject and object may thus be possible. Jordan suggested that telepathy could be subjected to serious research across the Third Reich, welcoming the prospect of broadcasting propaganda direct into people's minds. The boundary between self and world, it's like so boring, isn't it? It's not like, to be fair, the communists were better at this. Boundary between the self and the world thus became shifting and indefinite. Might not the truly Nazi scientist, with his celebrated Nietzschean determination, be able to influence physical reality itself by sheer force of iron will, just like a psychic moving distant objects around via psychokinesis? The supernatural elimination of the gap between self and world seemed highly compatible with the totalitarian modes of government. The erasure of any boundary between the individual and society, which now controlled this, is very waking moment, and wiping out national borders and the absorption of formerly separate lands like Poland and Austria into a greater German Reich became analogous to the removal of the distinction between mind and matter. Everything was now becoming unified under Jordan's quantum Führer principle, just as the living cell was unified by the dictatorial nucleus. Hitler was a holist, his Nazi empire a geopolitical expression of quantum reality, and to put up any resistance to the laws of nature was futile. This was why superior Nazi armaments, Wunderwaffen or wonder weapons like the V2 ballistic missile. What does he say now? Catman says Soviets and CIA did better stuff with telekinesis. Yeah, this is boring, Catman. Honestly, the Nazis are so boring.
Yeah.
So what's this? So ballistic missile, whose deployment Jordan himself worked, had such miraculous effects upon the battlefield. The Nazis, being scientific laws, humanly embodied, had access to superior science to that of their politically inferior enemies, and thus it was inevitable their weapons would be superior too. Trying to defeat Nazism was like trying to defeat the laws of gravity. Impossible. Might was now right, not only morally but also scientifically. Well, that's what Jordan himself thought anyway. In the end, history proved him wrong. That was a bit garbage, really.
Yeah, that was a bit garbage.
Yeah. So I think we're off to... oh my god, this is cringe. This first paragraph is pure cringe.
We love a bit of cringe.
Nazis had cool
Good
UFOs,
cringe.
though.
Yeah, that's true.
One man seeking to imitate Stalin and Hitler by twisting science to serve his own geopolitical ends today is... Who would it be, Fraser?
Ooh.
Who is literally Hitler? And it's not the orange Cheeto.
Putin. Well, no, but that is the orange Cheeto, right? He's Hitler this week. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Putin's the eternal Hitler, though, isn't he? To serve his twisting science to serve his own political geopolitical ends today is Russia's current dictator, Vladimir Putin. I thought he was voted in.
He is.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault if the other people die, is it?
Yeah, it's not his fault if no one actually votes against him. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's not his
like
fault.
China.
It's not his fault. No one turned up to try and defeat him, is it?
Look, guys, this, it's not their fault. No one objects to the Chinese parties.
The prevailing Kremlin narrative is that woke Western liberals and their government seek to colonise Russians' minds with capitalism, gay rights, and transgenderism, McDonald's, iPhones, and multiculturalism.
Well, that's bullshit. See
any lies in that?
Wait, everything they mention in there is literally banned or isn't in Russia anymore. I don't think iPhones are sold there. McDonald's got shut down, and you get arrested if you're a gay rights activist.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And at this point. And that this must be patriotically resisted by all means possible, including scientifically. But if Westerners can peddle scientifically dubious progressive biological concepts like
well,
I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, so I'll just go after that. Why should Russians not be sold equally dodgily? Oh, hold on a bit. This is getting a bit spicy.
Hello.
Equally dodgy conservative biological ideas too.
What are they?
What is this person trying to say with this sentence? According to one 2016 academic... Go on, what?
No, I'm just about to say, wait, what did you say about transgenderism again? That's a double take moment, isn't it? It's like, what?
It's an equally dodgy conservative biological
Oh,
idea.
you know what? Yeah, they're doing the. Oh well, this is bad, but this also is bad, right? That's what they're.
I think what it is. I think how he's trying to phrase it. But
Look, I'm
kind of
being a
failed little
centrist,
bit.
okay, guys. Yeah, he's a centrist.
It's what he's saying. No, it's not even that. What he's saying is he's saying, according to Putin, this is dodgy science. So we'll make up our own dodgy science. I think that's what he means by the way he's worded it. I think he is like a massive shit lib, the guy writing this. According to one 2016 academic paper promoted by Russian media, swearing in front of girls has the capacity to cause a negative energy psychological effect upon the female body, even changing its DNA. If the woman then starts swearing herself, she provokes the production of male hormones inside her and acquires masculine features in appearance.
Oh,
her hairline increases, her voice becomes coarser. Asked for the source of this information by a skeptical scientist, the paper's author wrote, more or less answered, I saw it on the internet. Source, trust me, bro. The social purpose of such quackery is clear: to reinforce traditional gender roles. Much such thinking stems from the work of Peter Garriev, founding director of the Institute of Quantum Genetics, who, like Russia's all-time greatest or worst Soviet-era pseudoscientist, Trofim Lysenko, argues that Western concepts of genetics are wrong. Unlike Lysenko, he believes in DNA, but thinks genetic data is stored as a bodily information wave, transforming people into quantum biocomputers. Human genes remember and react to words, explaining how women might turn into men when sworn at. This has allowed Garriev to develop a cure for cancer. All patients do. How about this one then, Fraser? So you want to cure cancer, Fraser? All you've got to do is send in a personal photo to be fed into a computer and converted into an audio sound file representing their faulty genes. These are then fixed into a new audio gene map with all the sounds of cancerous cells replaced by new sounds representing healthy ones. Patients listen to this new sound file. So basically, you're a modem, Fraser.
Okay.
You're a Commodore 64 and you just bang the right tape in and you get reprogrammed.
Well, you know what? I think this might be onto something here.
The DNA
This guy might be onto something.
The DNA inside their body hears it too and automatically heals itself to tune in with the current DNA soundtrack. Furthermore, a woman's clever womb can remember the sperm of her former lover, says Garriev. Meaning that if you later get pregnant from the genetic load of a fine upstanding husband like Mr. Putin, the womb memory of the tadpoles of any former less impressive lovers during your dissolute youth will continue to taint your future baby. Bad luck then if you slept with a criminal, moron, foreigner or drug addict as a teen.
So, yeah, microchimerism. Yeah.
I thought this was.
Is that where that comes from?
I thought this was kind of fact,
honestly, like, it seemed. Well, I don't know where that fact comes from. Maybe it
Catman said his wife started growing a moustache after he called her a bitch, so he believes it.
Well, no. How do I put this without YouTube like destroying the fucking channel?
Have a look just have a look at pictures of shit libs. Like they listen to. They talk to each other about their shit lib stuff, and it seems there is. I'm not.
No. Hold on. What he's saying.
Entirely correct.
No, right. No. What he's saying. Well, hold on. Right. What he's saying is, you know how people are convinced, young children are being convinced into, shall we say, transgenderism.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about that, like how.
I think
people
he's
are
not
being said the naughty word.
But isn't it funny?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of saying, like, look at people's political views and women like Big Red. That's my version of it. Is what I'm saying.
Why are these like socialists like onto all these kind of things? It's weird. It's like
yeah.
They're definitely like onto something with the certain taboo subjects.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting that.
It's kind of.
So what
I
else
think
does he
he's
have to
onto
say?
something, but I think he's kind of like he hasn't really figured it out. But aren't we saying that the mic? I'm not sure whether the microchimerism is something because apparently dogs can hold more than one egg. Oh, did you know this?
Dogs. Oh God! Don't do that. Don't do the egg.
You know about the dogs, don't you?
Dogs and eggs.
The
Like
dogs, dogs can take.
We're not
dogs
doing
can
a
have an egg
carrot and tea, are
fertilized.
we?
And apparently, dogs can have an egg fertilized and then hold on to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the sperm. I'm not sure whether it's the sperm or the egg, but they can hold on to it and then have a baby at a later date. So you can have one dog that has a litter of puppies from 2 different fathers.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Ooh. Yeah.
So I think shit. I don't know whether he's adding that. Is he adding that into it?
I mean, that would make sense, right? I mean, especially for like live birth animals like mammals, right?
Mm.
So, if, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people talk about this. Don't
that
they?
is the essence of the.
That when women have sex with a lot of men, they take on the DNA of the men that have juiced in them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why there's this kind of taboo in society.
Is this actually scientific fact, or does it come from this guy?
Well, there is that notion that, why men were always like, oh, the woman has to be a virgin at marriage and shit like that, right? Why is that? Did they know something about this phenomena? I mean, I don't know how obvious it is in like humans, but if the case of the dog like comes out, then yeah, like, Oh, that might be the real conspiracy. Maybe there's a conspiracy of the medical industry to cover this up, and every time you go for a paternity test, they're lying to you and like, oh well, yeah, you are the father, but so is Ted, Dick, Harry, and fucking John.
Yeah.
Like
Tom, Dick, and Abdul. So what does it say? So worse, as a human sperm apparently emits a powerful photon field. It does not even have to touch wombs to be remembered. It merely heard by them. So even if you, he's going a bit bonkers now.
I was on board until now. It's like you jumped the shark down there.
Yeah, but Fraser, even if you put on a steel condom, it won't help you. And thankfully,
a lead condom, is that it?
Thankfully, playing special sounds of healthy sperm into your vagina prior to pregnancy can counteract these effects. Oh, thank God we can stop it.
Oh, my God.
Deteriorating sexual morals, not economic depression or mass alcoholism are the cause of Russia's decades-long population decline.
Is that what the whale music is for? Is that what it is? It's like actually just like whale spunk in like vocal form. Is that it?
Just healing women.
Yeah.
Garriev assures state TV viewers, urging them to stop polluting their wombs, settle down, get married, and produce large broods of future taxpayers and soldiers for Uncle Vlad instead. Okay, not political at all, that statement.
No.
Russia's most extreme conservative pseudoscientist today is surely German Sterlingov. Fucking hell, that's a name, isn't it? A man who self-identifies so strongly as an Orthodox Christian that he refuses to be a member of the Orthodox Christian Church, as it's simply nowhere near Orthodox enough for him.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Instead, after becoming a millionaire in the early post-Soviet days and making several failed attempts to enter politics, he bought his own farm, selling organic produce in a chain of health food shops, bearing signs saying "No faggots allowed" in their windows. According to Sterlingov, science itself is a satanic conspiracy that causes spiritual decay. So he hands out free.
Based.
He's not quite based yet, Fraser. Listen to the next bit. So he hands out free eggs at shoppers to throw at large posters of famous scientists like Einstein who are poisoning humanity with unnecessary technology and pollution.
Based.
He's right up there with Uncle Ted, this fella, isn't he?
Oh, he's my hero. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
God. I think I'm in love. Fucking hell.
Sterlingov has 2 main public policy proposals. Firstly, he wants Putin to sign a decree authorising the execution of all scientists in Russia on the grounds they're actually Satanists. Russia should be the first nation to trigger this global genocide so as to set a fine example of the godly deed of cleansing the earth for all other lands to follow. Next, the world's entire electricity supply must be forcibly cut off, and every person... Was he in fucking Just Stop Oil or something? And every person on the planet to be forced to live off the land on a farm, as Sterlingov does, leading to mankind's total moral regeneration via perpetual serfdom. Sterlingov feels... I think that might have been a bit editorial, that one.
Yeah.
Sterlingov feels that Western developed genetically modified foods are a key part of Satanist scientists' plot to destroy us all. So does Irina Ermakova, a neuroscientist.
This guy is based as fuck.
he makes Uncle Ted look like he's an iPhone user, doesn't he? So does Irina Ermakova, a neuroscientist who made headlines in 2005 with flawed research implying that feeding GM soybeans to rats made them produce stunted babies with low survival rates. Ermakova then embarked upon a media career promoting the idea that GM foods were US-backed Western bioweapons designed to ruin the genes of Russian consumers by rendering them infertile, cancer-ridden, gay or transgender. Allegedly, if pregnant women eat genetically modified potatoes, their female fetuses are born with spare penises poking out their vaginas. Based. Hence a supposed boom in intersex babies in the West, while mild infant cases of potato hermaphroditism. This is editorialism, this, isn't it? Later manifest as confused teens who don't know whether they're boys or girls. Genetically modified gays and lesbians can't have children naturally.
Potatoes are turning the kids gay.
Yeah, the potatoes are turning the kids gay. Genetically modified gays and lesbians can't have children naturally, thus causing a massive drop in global population levels, says Ermakova. Which is the desire of the plot's true evil masterminds. Not Americans, but extraterrestrials who gave Washington the special potatoes in the first place and used the Earth as a giant bio-warfare test lab. Ermakova even spoke to one poor woman who ate some GM soya beans and became completely disabled.
Fucking hell. Oh my god.
Frithwolf says the stream is very low energy without the Belgian fella, TBH. Yeah, we miss Hobbits going on.
We do. We're not low energy. Fuck off.
Yeah, to be fair, we've had a laugh here.
Yeah.
This has been good
this
shit,
is hilarious.
Frithwolf. You need to listen to this properly.
Yeah. I think you're the one with low energy.
To be fair, the only low energy was a bit when we talk about the Nazis, because that was boring. That's not fucking wacky at all, was it?
No. We're not talking about potatoes that turn you trans.
GM foods, in Ermakova's view, are invisible queer atom bombs already unleashed by NATO upon Ukraine, which is why their population was increasingly turning westwards towards gay Europa. Kievans were innocently eating GM foods and having their brains bent. GM products and Western capitalism cause the spiritual and biological destruction of genes and brain cells, and the strengthening of criminal structures within society. Thankfully, non-standard thinking of Russian scientists, together with their high moral standards, provides an easy way out: the banning of genetically modified crops. I mean, to be fair to the Russians, like GM crops, they haven't. I mean, we are the long-term study in it, aren't we?
Yeah, we're the test tube. Yeah, I mean, maybe this could be true. Honestly, this is true. I believe this.
Frithwolf's
everything is 100% accurate. Yeah.
Frithwolf's backtracking. He said in a good way, very chilled.
Yeah.
Living the dream says turnip nationalism. Fuck the world.
Yeah.
no more alien genetically modified potatoes. No,
exactly. The Irish are wiped out overnight. No more potatoes. Well, the Irish have a choice: become gay and trans, or eat the potatoes.
Is that what the original potato famine was all about? We were onto them in the first place with their genetically modified alien gay potatoes.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, yeah.
It's... kind of Fraser.
I was about to say that the real conspiracy was there was no fat potato famine. They just ate all the potatoes and turned gay.
Yeah.
And that's why the population decreased.
Ermakova's platform is highly mainstream. She's frequently called as an expert witness before the Russian Parliament's State Agricultural Committee. Partly as a result of her insane Insane? What the fuck are you talking about? Since 2016, growing GM crops is now banned in Russia as 80% of propagandized citizens wrongly believe them to be harmful. I mean, to be fair, at best we just don't know what they're doing. At best, we don't know what they're doing to us.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's no long-term study yet, right? I mean, GM foods have only been around, 10, 15 years, is it?
Yeah, exactly. There's no actual long-term study into it yet, is there? Interestingly, only about a third of Russians know that all crops contains genes anyway, incorrectly presuming evil Westerners actually insert such deviant items into foodstuffs prior to stale. Yeah, but the fact they're genetically modified at all, you don't know what the unintended consequences of messing around with the genes of a crop is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So to be fair, she might have 0.01% of a point.
Yeah.
The irony is that the small print of GM banning legislation quietly says that such products can still be imported for direct sale in shops, thus rendering the entire campaign wholly pointless, except as an exercise in fostering politically helpful anti-Western hysteria. Why do so many Russians believe this loony Lysenkoism? They probably look at some of our Western politicians' own current obsessions and the science behind them and ask themselves much the same thing.
They have to just watch fucking... Oh.
There you go.
I think the Soviets are fucking onto something, man. The Russians are onto something.
the gay alien space potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fucking
the freaking potatoes are making the kids gay.
So not adrenochrome treatment, fucking yeah, for adrenochrome.
Anyway, we've done 2 hours. I think it's been pretty entertaining, no matter what Frith says.
That was.
It's just a damp rag. Apart from the Nazi bit, the Nazi bit was boring. Why? Do you remember when Nazis used to be bonkers? They're not bonkers anymore, are they? They're just boring.
No. Well, no, you have to go into the Kabbalah stuff, but
yeah.
The fucking, the fuel society and that stuff, don't you, to get the...
Yeah, but, they ain't got a patch on the communists.
No,
we need to ask Phil about that other geezer. I want to know. I want to know about the. Was it the
Homo Sovieticus or whatever.
Homo Sovieticus.
Yeah.
Anyway, good night. Stay spooky.